Hmm? Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Please, if you're online, let me know how the camera is. Okay. Please let me know. Is it on the landscape form or it's just? I don't want it to just say hi and let me know where you're watching from. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining me. Olorun Loju Hope. If my camera is facing, if it's on the landscape, I'm using my phone, so I wouldn't know. Okay, please let me know. I can see people online. Please, I don't know, my camera is facing. I want it to be in a landscape. Please, which city will you recommend for somebody coming into Portugal with job seekers visa? Good afternoon. I've been off for a while. Please, how is my camera facing? Is it landscape or portrait? I want it to be on landscape. Thanks so much for coming. Olorun Loju Hope. Eimero Okosu, thank you so much for joining. Oh, thank you so much. Landscape. Okay, we can start now. Welcome, Adewumi Adesola. Thank you so much. Thanks for joining me. I decided to come up live because I've not been posting for a while. Yes, I've been off camera. And so coming up live would actually ease some questions that I've not replied to. Please, I want to apply to Portugal School for undergraduate nursing, but I don't even know where to start from. Email Hope, thank you so much for coming. Oladapo, thank you so much for coming. Okay, Hope, don't be confused. First thing you should know is if you're applying for nursing in Portugal, we have some Nigerians. At least I know about two Nigerians that uh, yes, for undergraduate. I know two Nigerians in my city that are studying nursing. One, you should know nursing, anything medicals would be in language. Okay, so language, if you can deal with the language, then fine, you can study nursing. Okay, know that to write an entrance exam. Okay, so if you are aware of that, then the first thing you will do for most schools, they want you to legalize your document. I've talked about, so if you applying for that, you should know that you're going to legalize your document. For most schools that will accept that nursing school, you will legalize your document, okay, for undergraduate. So whatever your question is, you can drop it down. Okay, Olorun Loju ask, which city will you recommend for somebody coming into Portugal with job seekers visa? If I'll recommend Lisbon. Okay, yes, they say Lisbon is overpopulated, but that is still the place I will recommend anyone that wants to come for, especially that job seekers visa. I've laid emphasis, I've mentioned it, and I'm still going to talk about this job seekers visa. If you're coming for a if you are coming using a job seekers visa, I'm going to tell you the main truth. You have to buckle up. Um, you have to be strong in mind, in heart, in thinking, everything. You have to be up and doing. You can't compare yourself with someone who came in with a study visa. Someone with a study visa has a longer time in Portugal compared to someone with a job seekers visa. If you're a job seekers visa, you cannot sleep. You cannot be in one place. You have to be up and doing to get, otherwise your time would be up, and in no distant time you would you will be confused, I'm going to talk if you're with a job seekers visa. I have a lot of things to talk to you about today. Yes, I have a lot for you today, and it will be good for you to listen and listen. Do I need to learn Portuguese? If you learn the Portuguese language first, it will help you. Otherwise, when you are in the class, they will teach with Portuguese. Okay, they will teach you with Portuguese. The Nigerians that we have here, one did a language course, but the other one did not do a language course. She came in from Nigeria, and she's studying nursing. But it can never be easy for such a student. I was taught in Portuguese, and it wasn't easy for me to. But then, if you're coming with the soul of reading, that's you're completely, you're going to face study, you're going to make it. Although it's not going to be easy, but then you can make it. Language, it's going to help you in the class. Dear, either Miss Peace or Miss Ekanem, I would advise you don't come with your family first. I know why I'm saying that. I know family, we love our family, and family is everything. Family is everything. The way people talk about Portugal is not the way it is, okay? I'm telling you from a sincere heart. Come in first and make way for your family. How did I say so? I heard a lot of people say, some people, not a lot. I made a video where I talked about you can't bring in your family. But someone in the comment section said he came in with his family. But the video, even the link is no longer there. They are not using that link anymore. Usually, you come in first. When you get your residence permit, you can now invite your family. Another thing why I tell people don't bring your family yet is you are moving into a country where they don't speak your language. When you come in first, you that came in first, you will know the city which will be suitable for you and your family. I'll use an example, my husband as an example. When my husband came, my husband have already taken all the suffering that me, the wife, and the kids are supposed to come and face him. He had already bore the burden. He has paid the price for us. And when we came in, life became easier for us. How did he do it? When he came in, he looked for his place. He lived, he studies, his study was in Aveiro, but then when he was renting accommodation, he did not rent accommodation in the city of Aveiro. Where we call it catchment area, outskirts of Aveiro. He got a suitable apartment, and when we came in, life was easy for us. If in the main city they are paying like 600 euros for a two-bedroom, the city where he got an apartment, they were paying like 400 euros, and life was easy for us. What he did was to buy a car. Car is not as expensive as it is in Nigeria. Here in Portugal, you can get yourself a car. Yes, anyone can get himself or herself a car. The only thing is you must come in with your documents. What document are you coming in? With your driver's license. And when you're leaving Nigeria, you are to get a document from road safety, telling them that you're traveling out. So they will give you a document that you are going to present here. I'm going to make a video on that. It's as simple as that. You only pay 30 euros and you get your driver's license here. It's simple. It's as easy. Before now, you have to do a driving test, but I did not do a driving test. After COVID, before COVID, they were doing driving. I did not do. I only did exchange, and they gave me my driver's license. Yes, it's as simple as that. All you need to do is to get your document from road safety. Okay, that's all. So I'm going to, please Please and please, Ekane, unless you're buoyant enough, you cannot come with your family. How can you do it? You get your resident permit, and once you get your resident permit, I'm going to post a video maybe today or tomorrow regarding that family reunification. Yes, it has been a tug of war before, but I think people are now getting, yes, of recent, at least I know about, will I say, 5 persons that have gotten it. And I'm going to share some of their experiences that they shared with me so that others who are still looking out for that opportunity can actually Mr. Eireme, okay, yes, it has been difficult, but I think a lot of us, what I tell people is information is power. A lot of us got access to go into the embassy. These are questions that you should have met. You will hear the info, you're going to hear it from them, how you can go about it, what you should do and what you should not do. I think for those who have appointment dates already, you can use that opportunity and ask them, because usually the appointment is done at the, and it's really difficult. I heard some people, there are some things I can't say here because I'm live, but then some people are getting they are getting this date, and you can also find yourself, it's not everything I can say here. Okay, I'm sorry. Please, I'm using dummy ticket for the visa interview. Okay, someone has gotten visa interview. Will I still book a round trip or one-way ticket? Mr. Olorunloju Hope or Mrs. Don't go and get yourself a ticket. All you do is a reservation. I think they pay 5,000 naira to do that. Don't go and, whether you're going for a study or you're going for a visit visa, that's tourist visa or the job seekers visa. I don't advise people make a reservation. Some they charge them 5,000, both accommodation and also your accommodation and also your flight ticket. Please don't book because you don't know the outcome. And some of these airlines, they don't refund. They might not refund. Even if they refund you, they will think it's still better off than someone who will go and pay a full flight ticket, and at the end, probably they are giving you half of your payment, which will not sound too good to you. Okay, and people that book airline and they'll do that for you. Both reservation. If you're a student, you want to apply for your visa, I won't advise you to pay anyone, or maybe because I made video on how to book accommodation, you now go online and pay for accommodation. No, don't do that. Except don't do that. Except you have someone here who can give you his or her contract. Yes, it's better that. Please, amazing. IMA forwarded my student resident. What can I do and what should I do to keep my appointment open and not questionable after the said month? I don't understand, Mr. Ralph. Okay, Ralph, yes, you're already in Portugal, yeah, I know about that. Ordered my student resident. Okay, are you saying they gave it to you? What can I do and what should I do to keep my appointment open and not questionable after the said month? Forwarded. I don't understand the question, okay, Mr. Ralph. Olorunsegun Opesanwo. Good evening, baby. Can someone who is not related to one serve as sponsor for student route? Yes, a lot of people are using, anyone can sponsor you, either your parents, your brother, or your sister. But it's just that it's always advisable that if you have someone that is related to you, but then a lot of people, I know a lot of persons not 10, not 15. I know a lot of persons that people who are not related to them. But then you have to have a backup letter. You have to have a convincing letter that the person that would check your document would see, would read and know that, hey, what you're talking about is actually true or fact. Okay. And in all, there is nothing prayers cannot and be your sponsor route. This is actually a good question, Mr. Olusegun, is actually a good question. Okay, let me start from last year. Last year, I think the last set of people that came, we had people that had 4.5 million and they were given visa. Okay, one thing you should know is when you're calculating this proof of fund here in Portugal, you have to put a lot of things into consideration. One is their minimum will be increasing. As at that last year, they were the minimum wage was I think 7.65. Yes, 7.60. Minimum wage is now 8.20. 820 euros. Okay, so now you see it has actually increased. Will that you put into consideration? Another one you put into, because they also have people who they will be working hand in hand. They were telling them, they would be telling them how much naira is in black market. So when you're calculating your money, you calculate based on black market, because that is how you and I can actually get our naira or our euros. Okay, what you put into, it's always advisable that, there are some schools that will say it's only those that apply to ISCTE. Remember that if you are applying to that school, there is a note they put below their page that before you would be given any document, that you must pay all your tuition, not half, all your tuition. Okay, so sorry, please. I'm sorry. So I was talking about your tuition fee. Some schools will ask you to pay, will divide the tuition fee into 10 places and ask you to pay. If they ask you to pay your tuition fee, it's always advisable for you to don't only can see that, hey, this person has actually made a reasonable amount of money. Okay, before now, admission, even if you don't pay, like Avero, don't even need you to pay your tuition before coming. They will give you all the documents that you need to process your visa. But then, before now, Portugal wasn't competitive. But now you can see from the application of recent that a lot of people were denied admission. And then before now, they don't do that. But if you see the rate of people now applying, a lot of people, not only Nigerians, Ghanaians, Indians, Ugandans, they are now applying, pay part of your tuition, and the person checking your documents wants to know, do you have enough fund to pay your tuition? Have enough fund, at least, even if not everything that you're having in your tuition, in your pos, your POF, or your sponsor's account, at least have more than half of that tuition. I've showed every one of us how you can get accommodation. I made a video on that. Go to Idealista, you get how you see how to get accommodation, how to get to self-accommodation. So you know the range. If you are in Algarve, you know how much it is that you're going to pay there. If you are in Aveiro, take for example my city Aveiro, at least from 250 upward, at least minimum 250. You're going to get accommodation of 250 here in Aveiro. So calculate 250 maybe times 5. have it in your purse, 150, 150, at least 150 per month count. When you sum all these things and you know the amount, multiply it by our black market rate, and you will know how much you should have in your purse. I'm going to make a video on that so that you can actually prepare yourself, prepare your mind on how much you should have. I'm going to use POF, ma. I sent you DM on WhatsApp, no response. I'm sorry, I said it earlier before I started this video that I've not been around, I've not been making videos, and I've not been responding. I'm so sorry about that. Please, when will you and your husband do a conference? I've gotten admission. Yes, I know. And I'm going to do that soon. We are going to do that soon. Okay. Okay. I'm going to talk with my husband probably when there is response. I'm going to put it on the Telegram group. Okay. The conference Telegram don't process with some charges. Okay. Because today I was asked to upload my tetanus vaccine expire date while trying to fill the registration. Is it that it expired? I was asked to. Today we're going to talk about that. University of India to be precise. Okay. It's admission still. Okay, someone is asking, is admission still open? Yes, admission is still opened for those who Alga finished yesterday for the second batch. You can check ISCT, but for those who are applying ISCT, please and please, if you don't have their tuition fee, don't waste that 70 euros. Don't waste it. If you don't have your complete tuition, there are things that you should look out for when you are applying. Always look out for all their look out for every single information they put it out, so that no, after applying you'll be like, oh, they collected my money, they did not do this. They put out all their information. As a matter of fact, they now put it below at the end. So when you're applying, ensure that you look at everything so that at the end of it, you're not wasting your application fee. If you know you cannot pay all the tuition, why would you apply 500? Yes, it's not everyone that can pay it. As remember, I think they put note NB at the embassy. Okay, so if you cannot pay all the €2, which is not a small money, okay, apply to schools that would allow you to pay in bits. So when you're paying in bits, you're sure at least you can pay 2 out of 10. Yes, you're fine. For those who can pay half, you can pay. But schools that will tell you to pay all and their tuitions are not cheap, I won't advise you to pay. For those who UTAD tuition is actually cheap. And before now, UTAD and Evora, yes. Before now, I used to think that some courses are now taught in English. So check out, look out, yes, check out these schools. Their tuition fee, I think, is 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. I'm with my laptop here, let me check. 1,000 something. And that school would want you to pay all. At least that one is a little reasonable. That one is reasonable. You can pay that one. Unlike schools that will tell you to pay 4,500 at a go. If you can pay the tuition, fine. But if you cannot pay the tuition, please, I advise you to go to another school and apply. All schools here in Portugal, the teaching, their I mean the quality, the teaching are same. You won't say this school is better off than the other school. Why? Because if, for example, I'm in Aveiro and I've studied for maybe maybe the first step, first change. So the same teaching, as long as it's the same course that you are applying for, the same course that you are studying in Avero, you can go to UTAD and study it. It's the same syllabus, everything. Okay. So when you're applying to a school, ensure you know where a job with job seeker in Avero City. Message City, I'm in Avero, but when it comes to job seeker, I try to be too careful. And let me start with job seekers, please. I'm going to talk about job seekers visa. When you're coming with job seekers visa, it's a good visa. It's better off than someone who is coming with a tourist visa. Job seekers visa is a good visa. It's better off than someone who came in with a tourist visa. But then I usually advise people to come in with study visa because of the lengthy period of time. Yes, it's not as easy. It's not immediately you come in, you get job. One, you speak Portuguese. Yes, it's easy to get job. It's easy because one, you can communicate with people around. But coming in with a job seeker, a recruiter, take for example, I'm talking about the most job that we do would actually want, because the first question a recruiter will ask you is, do you have a resident permit? That is what they will ask you. Do you have a student would already have a resident permit. So once they are asking a student, do you have a working, do you have a resident, are you allowed to work? The student will say yes. Okay, for a job seeker's visa, when they ask you, you would say there is a document that is given to you that you applied, that IEFP. There's that document is what you tell. Yes, you have what do they call it? Um, um, I've forgotten the name they call it. That is what you will tell them you have. But then a recruiter would want someone. Then for the job seeker's visa, if you are an IT, I would say yes, IT jobs are well sought for. That's what is in. Normal recruiter would want a normal recruiter would want someone with a resident permit. That's just the fact. Then probably what most job seekers do is they quickly want to do any job like a factory job. If you are a job seeker's visa, you come in with a job seeker's visa, I would advise you to relate more with all these Pakistans, the Indians. They are well informed. They know where, like, they will have majority of them here in Portugal, and so they know all these nooks and crannies where you can get jobs, like a factory job, all these jobs that you are doing with your hands, not a remote job or office job. Yes, you can get one. You can get one as a job seeker's visa. And those coming in with a job seeker's visa, I don't want to share the experience that happened to one. I would give you as a sister is join a community, join a Nigerian community, join a Nigerian community. It will help you. It will help you. It will help you. It will help you because you're going to meet a lot of people. You're going to share your ideas. You're going to share your experience. If you don't join the community, if you don't join anyone, you will be there and your days would finish and you will not know anything. The days will pass and you would remain there. But when you join a community, it will help. And when you meet all these Pakistanis, the Indians, you will be led, like you will be informed. You will know where you can submit. In Avero, I know some factories that I can maybe give out names that you can meet. And also you can also do yourself well by preparing your CV. Prepare your CV. I've talked about this CV. Some people don't know how to prepare CV. Even you as a student, you should know how to prepare your CV. Prepare your CV. If you're okay, someone like me, I never worked as a customer support in Nigeria. But when I was submitting my CV, I was submitting, yes, I've worked with Radio Nigeria, I've done this, I've done that. That is not what they need, and nobody will. Well, even when they call me for interview, at the end, they will not even give me the job. I'll not be asking. No, it's not because you can speak English. No, they will not take you because you're speaking English. We have lots of English speakers. Yeah. What will stand you out for you to be called is what you can give to them. And do you know, let me shock you, let me tell you something. It's not human that selects the CV. It's the computer, the computer will just sieve what you have presented. And if what they want in the customer support is not there, then no way you will be called. So if a recruiter, they put it online because you're going to search your job online as a student, if they are looking for, okay, take for example, concentric. We have concentric companies here. They ask, hey, we are looking for a customer. All you need to do is to take out, I don't know how I'm going to make a video on that. Take out what they have written there, print it out. Your name is included. And when you're there, you've already prepared yourself. You're going to talk as a customer support. Even if you've not worked there, you can relate your job to that. And at the end, you see yourself getting it. So people will go for interview, they will say they were not called. You won't be called if you don't give them what they want. And that's what I'm telling you line. If you're in an IT line, yes, when you come, prepare your CV, definitely you would be called. But if not, either you say, because all other jobs 5 years, I don't even know the language, I can't even speak Portuguese. I'm not proud of it, yeah, but I don't speak because I don't relate outside. My work is from the home, from house. I work from home, and I deliver. So I find it difficult to speak the language. So if you're coming in whatever, irrespective of what you have read, I'm not talking to IT, those in tech area, prepare yourself that, oh, I'm going to work as a customer support, I'm going to do this. Yes, except you want to work in a factory, fine. You can work anywhere. You don't need a CV to work in a factory. You just have your, they call it social security number. You have your to factory, and you might, they might tell you you're going to resume immediately, and you resume. I've also worked in a factory, but then that was when I never knew how to prepare my CV. Not anymore now. Yes, please, when I get the job seekers visa, should I book a round trip ticket? Because they said you must book a return ticket in case you didn't find a job. Yes, I made a video on that, Mr. Olorun Loju. Even if you are a student, when you are applying for visa, I've I made a video on that. If you're applying for visa, make a reservation for a return ticket. Please don't do one. Do a return ticket. Your return ticket can last for a year. You understand? But if you're a job seeker visa, is a month ticket can stay up to a year. I'm talking about for the students. Make a reservation. You are not paying the full. You're paying just, I think the last person that did both accommodation and visa reservation, the person paid 10,000. Pay 10,000 because you don't even know the outcome of the result. No one is wishing anyone bad. I'm not wishing anyone bad, but then wisdom is applicable. Okay, do a reserve, make a reservation, and when you now know the outcome of the visa, then you can make your reservation, and then so Prepare yourself financially, because without your residence permit, you cannot work. Don't listen to people that will tell you, no, you can get any. No, I said only 1% or 2% of persons can get job without residence permit. That's pending when you get your residence permit. Yes, once you get your residence permit, if you go to Canada, it's not the same day you submit your document that you get job. No, but definitely as long as you have your residence card, don't ever be negative. Okay, don't ever be negative. Be positive. Be positive, and also prepare yourself. When you're called for interview, go online and search. You don't have to be good in that area before you can. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to be good. Like someone like me, if I go for any interview and I've submitted, I would go online, make research. And when you're asking me questions, join me, I know I'm going to be trained. So when they now be trained, so don't be scared that, oh, I remember when I was applying for for my admission in the school, because I was saying no. I don't even know anything. In fact, Olodo, because we were not taught. But when I was asked, I can be given some, maybe just to, I know by the time I get to class, I would be trained. And when I got to the class, I found out that I was the Olodo of the class. But I never kept quiet. I kept on asking until I became interview. When you come down here, don't ever be scared of anything. Prepare yourself that, yes, I'm going to be asked this question, but then you have to go online and search what is the responsibility of someone. Maybe you are applying for a tech, customer tech, technical support. Go online and search for it, and when you ask question, if it takes you to cram it, cram it. They ask you experience. When I applied for a customer support job, they asked me an experience. I quickly formulated one from my head, and at the end of it all, they were clapping for me. I was like, wow, you mean, I said, when I finished, I was like, you mean I made sense with what I said? And that was how I was given. And I never had any experience, but then I've gone online to know what they are going to ask me. Okay, so prepare yourself. If you're coming in with a job seeker's visa, no, prepare yourself for you to rest. It's not a time for you, it's a time for you to walk up and down and ask questions. I tell you, people you can meet, you can go to all these kebab, people that sells kebab here. You meet all these Indians, ask them questions. As a matter of fact, probably because I talk about studies. When I see all these Pakistans, I try to make them friends. I ask them, how did you come in into Portugal? Please, can you tell me? Probably I have my brother or my friends that want to come in. These are questions that you should ask. How would know the next step to take? Okay. So if I am applying for a 3 year study visa, should I do reservation? No, you can't do. You can do a 1 year reservation. Your return ticket amount you're going to pay to someone who is going to do your reservation. Just do it. Then when you're coming in proper, you do your 1 way ticket. But of recent now, you can do a 1 way and you are allowed to come in. But because of visa purposes, it's advisable you do a return ticket. Yes, I know why I'm saying this. It's advisable you do a reservation. If you're a student, just do it. Okay, take for example, you put January. Okay, I want to explain it better. You put January. You can put January 2024. Yes, just put it like that, because the first year program is 10 months, then you have vacation. So okay, if you are a student, it's very good, please do that. It's really, really good. Okay, it will help your visa process. Something, if you're coming in with a tourist visa, there is one another thing they use in denying visa. If you're coming in with a tourist visa, if you apply for your health insurance, okay, don't do a 1 year insurance. If you are coming in and you're applying for maybe a 1 month visa, you can do a 1 month health. It's only students that should do a 1 year. Okay, if you're coming in with a tourist visa and you are doing 1 year, do you know what they will write after the 9 days? They wrote. Also, someone sent me his denial reason why he was denied his letter. They denied him because he used a 1 year. They said they fear that he might not return back to his country, go a long way, either to make you get you. Also, an advice I would give you is back to your country after your study. You and I, okay, but it's wise. I know every one of us we have wisdom. Yes, it is wise you write you're returning, and you know I can't say if I'm speaking my language now, either Igbo or Yoruba now, I know I can now say everything because it's not everyone that understands my language, that understand the language here. People from the Portuguese don't understand. Do I need a wired transcript? School transcript, your SS1, SS2, SS3. It's your results that you take to the embassy. Okay. WAEC does not have transcript. Please, how can we join your Telegram channel? Okay. I made it public before, but now I've made it private because a lot of people are coming in, and I don't want the group to be monitored. Okay, that's why I removed it from public. A lot of persons are entering, and I wanted it to be for only Nigerians and Ghanaian or Ugandan. But I've seen that other persons have started coming in, so I removed it from public to private. My Facebook, just search for Biobi Show and request for it. I'll send you the link. There you meet a lot of persons. It's always good for you to join a group, okay? Join a group. You will be well informed. Yes, there are some persons that would have gone ahead of you. You will listen to them, they share their experiences, and you do your own all by yourself, okay? So if I am applying for a 3 year, okay, I want to book a one. Okay, now 9.2 me. For the statement of account, should I have the tuition fee for the 2 years? No, you don't need to have the tuition fee for the 2 years. The 1 year is okay. But if you're preparing your proof of fund, it should be a busy account. When I say busy account, it means there is inflow and outflow. Imagine a student submitting uh, an account of an account of an account of about 100 pages. Compare with someone who has an account of just 20 pages, 10 million, and the other one with 20 pages have like 100 million. The Portuguese will prefer giving it to that person with that 100 pages because they feel money comes in and out. Please excuse me, I'm coming. Okay, guys. You can put your question in the comment section and I will go back to it and respond to every. Okay. I will be ending this live stream and probably I'll come back tomorrow. But I suggested to join the Telegram group until now I haven't been accepted. Sorry, premium because I found out that the Portuguese are joining and infos, they are getting information from that group and it's causing, it might affect a lot of persons, it might affect people getting their visa. So I removed it from public to private and I'm sure it's going to help a lot of Nigerians. I'm doing it for Nigerians and Ghanaians most especially. So once they are spying into that group, it will cost you guys a lot. It will not affect me because I'm already here, but it might affect a lot of persons, and that is why I removed it from public to private. And I'm doing it for every Nigerians and every Ghanaians and mostly Africans. Okay. So if you need the link, you can request for it through my Facebook and I'll send it to you. It's free. You're not paying for it. It's free. It's a place where you get your information and when you are informed, you are not deformed. Okay. Thank you so much and see you in my next video. So if you've been getting values on this channel and you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You are only encouraging me to make more videos. But if you don't like my videos, you're not showing support, like giving a like to the video, you're not encouraging me. You're just telling me that, hey, you're just talking. Okay. What is your Facebook name? It's Biobi Show. Okay. Thanks so much. Bye bye.